The Slime News right here. One of them is the Slime Media. This right here, I'm gonna talk about something just in media. Talk about the death of Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan died at the age of 71. I think it's been on 4 days ago now. He died at the age of 71 in his home in Clearwater, Florida. So just a week before he passed away, somebody did say he was sick. He wasn't doing well and everything like that. So and even showed videos of him last year or 3 or 4 months ago of him limping and all that and everything. So RIP, like I said, the whole Hogan. I know a lot of controversy with him saying stuff about black people, everything like that on that phone call. I don't agree with that or anything like that. I don't at all. But you can't separate. You got to separate the man Terry from the Hulk Hogan. He, big in wrestling. Like I said, he like I've been saying when I tell people, he literally what John Cena was in wrestling right now. That's who Hulk Hogan was when it came to wrestling. So you can't deny, deteriorate the man's legacy in WWE and everything he did in wrestling worldwide and all. I know I heard a lot of stuff like Jason Ventura talked about how he stopped getting them a union because if they did that, he wouldn't make enough money. So he was, like I said, he was kind of like a scumbag, just being real for some of the stuff he did. He was a scumbag for that. But like I said, you can't deteriorate this man's legacy. Definitely not. No. Like I said, when I was, especially me growing up watching wrestling, Hulk Hogan dying to me is how I felt like kind of like when Kobe Bryant died a little bit. And all when it came to when I first started watching basketball, Kobe Bryant was the main guy. When I first started watching basketball, then like I said, when I first started watching wrestling, it was Hulk Hogan, The Rock, and Stone Cold Steve Austin. So that's who the big people were at the current time. So I can't, I definitely can't, deny and say I wasn't a Hulkamania fan or wasn't a wrestling fan. Like I said, he was in the Rocky movies. Like I said, Hulk Hogan was Hulk Hogan, So, like I said, I know a lot of people, like I said, what he said about black people and all that and everything stuff. But other than that, like I said, I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like I said, I was a Hulk Hogan fan. Don't agree with the comments or anything he said. 10 years ago because he died literally 10 years after the day of what he had did when that racist comment came out. He literally died on 10 years later after that same day. So that's like I said, that's like I said, that's weird and that's crazy in itself, and all. But yeah, like I said, I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like I said, I was like I said a wrestling fan, so I was a Hulk Hogan fan growing up and all. So like I said, R.I.P. to him, and everything. So like I said, I seen WWE do a tribute to him and all that and everything. Like I said, hey, like I said, if you were a wrestling fan, you were a fan of Hulk Hogan, and all. So but like I said, not to get more and more on this or defending him or anything like that. But Booker T and his brother in interviews they did talk about and discuss how when Booker T had an infamous comment when he used the N word and not only he talked about in that promo he cut when he was going to get with Hulk Hogan, he said Hulk Hogan didn't want to didn't get him fired or anything like that for making that comment or anything. So Booker T, like I said, perspective of things is different and everything. So like I said, it's a little sideways. Some people saying this, some people saying that about Hulk Hogan and all that. Like I said, I'm a wrestling fan, so RIP him the wrestler now. The man Terry, that was cool he did, but Hulk Hogan the wrestler, RIP to him the wrestler. That's a legacy that's gonna live on forever and all that. You can't deteriorate that and can't erase that. So RIP to him, RIP to Hulk Hogan. Like I always say, if you like the content, don't hit say like subscribe button. The Slide News right on Mr. Slide Media. Stay tuned. I'm gonna do later on tonight. Do a full movie review on Fantastic Four. So stay tuned for that. That's coming. And I heard the Naked Gun movie that came out that's coming out with Liam Neeson. I heard that's pretty good. So I might do an out of theater reaction of that. So stay tuned for that. That should be coming as well. So stay tuned for everything I got on Slide Media and Slide News and content. Y'all be blessed and have a good day.